Welcome to Lupe Studios. Alright, today we're going to look at some Songea Sapphire. This material originates in Songea, Tanzania, and is a treated stone. This stone comes out of the ground looking kind of grayish green, or transparent, or sometimes red. The way it gets to this color, or these colors, is it is heat treated with beryllium. Kind of an interesting story. The beryllium treatment was discovered by accident. The heat treaters out in Chantaburi misidentified some chrysoberyl, which doesn't look that far off from sapphire in the rough, but they misidentified it and then threw it into a heat treatment with sapphire. When it came out of the crucible, they noticed these slightly off colors came out of the crucible. So what you have is kind of some new colors for sapphire. This green is just a little bit off from what you normally see in sapphire. The yellow is fairly typical. There is yellow sapphire, and it looks pretty much like this. These are a little more kind of a honey yellow. This orange, there's a fair amount of well, it's really a deeply saturated yellow sapphire that moves into a yellowish orange color, and these look like that stone but are slightly different. It's more of an orangey orange, not quite a great orange, but nonetheless kind of a different color from what we're used to seeing in sapphire. And finally, this red. This red it's not really a ruby red. If you look closely, you'll see that it tends toward an orangey red. And honestly, orange in ruby is not a good thing. But they are beautiful stones. And one of the things about the Songea deposits is that they're alluvial. Alluvial meaning that they're found in either active or ancient riverbeds. So the reason that's significant is that alluvial deposits tend to yield much cleaner stones, because as the stones tumble down riverbeds, any fractures or faults in the stone basically get bashed out of existence by tumbling down the river. So what you tend to come up with is very clean material, because anything that had any faults in it got destroyed in the trip down the river. So what we're going to do next is take a look at a few of these stones, and we'll see just how clean they actually are inside. Okay, let's move to the dark field. Okay, here we are in the dark field loop, and I'm going to start with the greens. All I have is some very small. They're like 3mm greens, but nonetheless, at 40x we can get a pretty good look here. This, well, you can see it's quite clean Let's have a look at dark field illumination, see what we get. Alright. That pattern on the top looks to be just on the surface of the stone. Let me clean it here. Okay, after wetting it a bit, it does appear that that is on the inside of the stone. So it's not so clean as I thought. Alright, let's check out some of the yellow. Here we are with a piece of yellow. Odd that it's looking a bit orange in my screen, but it is a yellow sapphire. Looks more yellow once we zoom in, but once again another pretty clean looking stone. I'll show you dark field. Yeah, see, there's nothing in there. Just a very clean stone. And for the most part, that has a lot to do with being alluvial material in the first instance. Okay, we'll look at some orange. So here's an orange piece. This is a 6x9 stone, right around a carat. And I would expect it's going to be very, very clean inside. Here's the dark field. Oh, is this on the surface? What am I seeing here? For the most part, the stone looks clean. Except some scratches. Those are probably bag marks. These have been in my collection for quite a while. Oh, what are those vertical lines? I'm not sure what I'm seeing here. Often I do these, and then later on when I'm looking at them on my big monitor, I see quite a lot more detail. So you may be seeing more than I'm seeing at this moment. Anyway, some interesting internal effects there. Let's look at some of the red. Alright, so we're looking at a piece of red Songea. Let me zoom in a bit here. It's looking pretty clean in there. But you can also see the orangey overtones that this red has. Interestingly enough, when I bought this material, this was Songea Sapphire, red Songea Sapphire. But now, according to the school that I attended, this is ruby. And they are so red that they legitimately can be called ruby. But orangey red ruby. Nonetheless, this material has become fairly expensive. When I bought it, it was pretty cheap, but red Songea is very expensive now. Okay, well, that's my trip through my collection of Songea Sapphire. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.